Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to episode 8 of our SkyFactory 2.5 Let's Play modded Minecraft series. If you recall, last episode we set up our dirt and stone sieving production and got that up and running. It's still got some, ways to improve it, but we'll get to that later on. Since last episode, I've done a ton of work. If you're following me on Twitter or the Facebook group or on the Feed the Beast forums, you might have got a sneak peek last night of what I was building. But if not, we'll get over to that in just a second. Over here, you'll notice I grinded a bunch of ender pearls out of our mob grinder last night and managed to get all this set up with item conduits so that way it's a lot more compact of a build. If you notice, this is our entire processing area. It's a lot more compact. And then I also crafted these ender energy conduits. These are crafted, I don't have any on me. These are crafted with vibrant alloy, which takes energetic alloy. I'll tell you, whenever we get over there to the alloy smelter, I'll show you how to make that. But I'll just run you through this really quick. You've got your, our lava setup's pretty much the same, pumping into these magmatic dynamos and then down into the hardened energy cell that's right here. And then that pumps out. And the nice thing about the ender conduits is you can fit any of the conduits into one block space. So altogether there's 5 different ones. You have like a redstone one, a fluid, items, energy, and then a AE system one for your storage and everything, which we'll get into that later on if you're not familiar with it. But basically I have the cobble pumping into, say, this one that does the gravel, like our pulverizer here, and then that's pumped out the bottom on the green channel. And then let's see, where's it at? Okay, right here. I built like a little drop down so I could get under here. But see, we've got a item conduit pumping into this, and the nice thing about these is you can set them to in-out mode so they can insert and extract from the same pipe channel or the same pipe location. So I've got it inserting with a basic item filter, which if you recall, that's just hoppers and paper. And it's inserting, just gravel into this at a priority of 10, so it's higher than, a lot of other areas that could accept the gravel and whatnot. And then I've got it set to extract always active once again on the green channel. So that way it can input and export out the same spot. And I've got it kind of set up the same way here for sand and here for dust. And then, oh, actually I should jump back down here. And then right here we have our 2 crafters set up, just one on top of the other. This top one, well, there we go. If you notice, can only insert broken aluminum ore. And then this one takes gold, platinum, lead, silver, and nickel. And now eventually we can make a better item filter that can hold, 10 different items. But for right now we don't have the materials and stuff for that. So I've just got those 5 in here, and then right here I've got these, these 3. Really, I could have put these 3 into this crafter and that would have been fine, but these crafters, if you pick them up and move them, they stay programmed, and I didn't even think about it. I was just moving them over and everything. So then after it goes through the crafter, it gets pumped out through this pipe, which isn't connected into the main system here, and just all the output just goes straight into the diamond chest that's right here, which these are crafted. It's part of the iron chest mod, and you just basically you have a chest and then you make it iron using 8 iron, and then gold using 8 gold, and then diamond takes 2 diamond and 6 pieces of glass. So I didn't mind making the diamond ones because we do have a lot of resources. So and then after that, let's see here, yeah, it pumps out. This one goes on the brown channel, and then the sand side goes in out the purple, and then over here the blue. That way it doesn't connect into any of the green channel stuff. So basically the brown export can the only spot it can go into is this automatic hammer that has the input for brown. So it's going to insert on the brown channel just everything from this diamond chest, and then it's going to export out on the green channel. So then it links back up into our mainframe here. Then, wait, why did I put 2 there? And it's the same way over here, and then once again here, but this time it goes, let's see, yeah. This time it goes out on the blue channel into the pulverizer. But you notice there's another blue channel here. This one has an item filter for aluminum or dust, because if you recall, we can't actually pulverize that. And then this one doesn't need a filter, it just takes everything else. And see, this one has a priority of 20, so it's going to take precedence over this priority of 0. So naturally all the aluminum ore is just going to go straight into this diamond chest here. And there's also a pipe here set up for yellorium out of the green channel, because you know, it comes from back here. I believe it's the sand side. So all the yellorium is getting pumped in at a priority of 20 into this chest as well. So once it comes through that, either, you know, the pulverizer is actually just pumping directly into this diamond chest. So anything it breaks down goes in here. Then the yellorium and aluminum go in here, and then they go, they get exported into this redstone furnace that then cooks it and pumps it out the bottom, and basically it then goes into our mainframe. And the only place that it can go is into these Java barrels. So that's basically how I have that set up. If you have any questions or anything, just leave them down in the comments and I'll help you out as best I can. Another thing I did was I did go ahead and upgrade this sword to Invar. And I got Bane of Arthropods, so pretty excited about that, but not really. I also crafted a golden bag of holding, which, if you're not familiar with that, basically it's a bag that you can, you know, right-click and open up, and it's got like a sub-inventory here. And eventually we can upgrade this so that if we die, we keep it and stuff like that. And it's not too hard to craft once you have a lot of materials. I should real quickly show you the recipe. It's 4 wool, 2 gold, a block of gold, a chest, a diamond. So nothing too hard on our supply of resources here. And then this right up here is actually what I showed off in the sneak peek picture. I've done a few changes to it since then. I did add this glowstone on there. And I wanted you guys' opinion. Do you like the glowstone? I needed some way to light these rings up. I mean, I could use covers, like lighted glowstone covers, or once we get a little bit more into Ender.io, I could make the lighted blocks that still have the marble texture. But I thought the glowstone looked alright. So let me know what you think. But yeah, that's just chiseled marble and chiseled glowstone with the chisel mod chisel. So, and that's just 1 stick and 1 iron. So, pretty easy to make. And then this is like chiseled grimstone on carpenter stairs. And I thought it looked pretty good with the stone road here. And then you couldn't make slabs of this, so I just used the saw from Forge Microblocks to get it, you know, cut in half to make these slabs. Because I like the lowered, the lowered road with the blocks around it like that, the stairs around it. And then I also made a chunk loader from chicken chunks, so that way we could keep both these areas loaded and everything, no matter where we're at and where we're working. That's pretty easy to craft. Right here, it's just 5 gold and an ender pearl around an you know, just standard vanilla enchantment table. So when you open this up, you can set the radius for how big or small you want it, and then you can also show lasers, so you can kind of get an idea of where it's going to load. And then you can also change it between square, circle, line X, and line Z mode. So for example, line Z, if you notice, it goes out really far in that direction, but it's really just like one chunk in this direction, so along the x-axis there. But I just keep it in the square mode. It serves my purposes generally very well. Also, one thing that I suggest, if you're building, oh, I need to turn those lasers off. If you're building up high like I was doing with that, the best advice I can give you is craft yourself a rope ladder from open blocks. And what you can do with this is, say you're wanting to build way up there, well, you can just pillar up and then kind of just, you know, throw your rope down, and it's going to give you a ladder that you can climb, and it's going to fill in all the way down, basically, as long as you have the, you know, the number of rope ladders that you need. Now you will, if you're building like I was doing with that, I lost a few. It's not really a big issue. So you also notice I have a ton of squid spawning down in there, but what's funny is they'll actually just suicide out. Like that one, yeah, there went one. They'll just swim out of the water stream and then just fall to their death. And then all these cows and pigs and stuff are spawning because I have grass blocks down. So, but I actually don't like the color of the grass here. It's if you notice, it's a savanna biome, and or savanna plateau, and it doesn't rain in this area actually, and the grass comes out like a yellow and the trees come out like a yellow. So we're actually going to fix that this episode, and get ourselves some really nice green grass, and I'll show you how. But last thing I want to show you that I crafted is these harvesters will actually build up like a sludge buffer, and the more sludge they build up, the slower that they're going to run. So what I did was I got the sludge actually pumping out with liquid transfer nodes for right now, and it's pumping into this sludge boiler. And the way this works is it does require energy, and then it inputs the sludge and it'll cook it. And when it cooks it, so you'll get like dirt, sand, clay, soul sand, podzol, just all kinds of different just random blocks and stuff. So it's definitely a good way to get rid of your sludge, and doesn't require too much power or anything, and it will break down that sludge pretty quickly. So one does just fine. Now once we expand this farm, we might add some more sludge boilers. We'll just see, but it's not too bad. So, by the way, that sludge boiler is crafted 2 furnaces, basic machine frame, redstone reception coil, 2 iron gears, 2 plastic sheets, and a bucket. So, not too bad. Oh, and one last thing, the vibrant alloys that I was talking about, you're going to need, in order to craft it, you're going to have to, in the alloy smelter here, just cook together energetic alloy and an ender pearl. And energetic alloy is glowstone, gold, and redstone. So not too bad. The ender pearls did take quite a bit of work to get all those. But I would just kind of run over there and kill all the mobs, and then run over here and build for a while, and then go back and kill mobs, and rinse and repeat. So, but so there's a couple things I want to jump into today. Let's say the first of which, let me hide these lasers here. We're going to start getting into Botania a little bit. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, to upgrade your sword, all you got to do is just make a mold, like we did with the ingots and stuff, with aluminum brass in the smeltery. So, for example, like for this, I just made a sword mold with just a stone sword. I crafted it and then made the mold, and then pour the aluminum brass over it, and then you just pour your Invar in there and combine it with your long sword, like the Invar sword blade. Combine it with your long sword in a tool station, and that'll get you the upgraded sword. Now, one side note, you do have to have the sword fully repaired in order to upgrade it, but once you upgrade it, it's going to keep all your modifiers and everything. So that's part of Iguana Tinker Tweaks. You can just kind of upgrade and level and everything as you go, so it's kind of nice. But to get started, I've actually done a lot of work so that I wouldn't have to do it on camera or cut or anything for it. But to get started with Botania, you're going to need to just bone meal the ground here a little bit. And you're going to get a bunch of this grass and stuff. But the main thing you're going to be looking for is these dandelions and also poppies. Right there. So you just break those and get them. Now, you know, if you're starting out, I would suggest you pulverize this because you'll get a better output. But what you're going to need is a couple rose red and a couple of the dandelion yellow. And then if you just take 2 of each of those and combine them with bone meal, that's going to get you floral fertilizer. And then you can just use that just like bone meal, and you get the Botania flowers to get started. And it does take a while to get all the right colors and, you know, enough of everything. But once you get a decent amount of them, you can just take the pestle and mortar. God, I can't speak today. And break these down and get your, you know, your mystical black petals just in the crafting table. Then throw them in there and break them down into the floral powders. And then you can just use 4 of these instead of those specific dyes. You can just use 4 of these with a bone meal, and that's actually going to get you 3 floral fertilizer. So, you know, you can actually get a lot quicker outcome and stuff, and get your flowers faster that way. So after your very first floral fertilizer, you can really start using this recipe and just kind of pick and choose what flowers you're not going to need initially. So after that, we're going to want to, of course, craft the petal apothecary. So to do that, we're just going to need 1 petal at the top here, slabs on the bottom, and then, oh wait, I did it all wrong, didn't I? I did it all wrong. Let me look it up. I can't recall what combination of, I know it's slabs and, oops. Okay, just 2 slabs at the top. My bad. Alright, just like that. That's going to get you the petal apothecary. Oh, I should have made a infinite water source over here. But we're not going to keep our Botania set up here for good. So, just really quickly, let me, I'll just do it right here. Whoops, no. Oh man. I'll fix that later. I should have shifted and clicked it on there. Okay. Set that there so we don't have mobs spawning on us. By the way, when I was building this, it took a little while for me to put the glowstone on there and do the carpenter's blocks, and I had just tons of mobs and headcrumb guys and everything spawning up there, so that was definitely fun. And let me go grab another bucket of water really quick. I really need to expand this bridge because I know it's not the safest thing in the world, but yeah, I've just been kind of putting it off. I really want to get rid of that whole area over there before too long. So, but alright, once you get some water, you can just throw this in there. Now I will suggest you build this 1 lower than where I put it. I just didn't want to break my grass and all that, so it just makes it a bit easier on you. But the first flower that you're going to want to craft is going to be the pure daisy, and you just need 4 white petals to craft that. And anytime that you craft you know, any of the Botania plants, you're going to need a seed at the end. If you notice, it says on the arrow there, it has a check mark and says, you know, we can make the pure daisy, we just have to throw in seeds basically. So we throw seeds in there, and that's going to get us the pure daisy. Now the way this works, I've got wood on me, not a lot of it. You just plant it down here and then surround it with any kind of wood or stone. And we'll cover the stone part in a second. I'm going to go grab some real quick. But basically it's going to take it a minute, but it's going to transform that wood into living wood. And then the stone, it's going to transform that into living stone. Or living rock, sorry. Let me grab just a little bit of wood here in this mess of piping. You gotta admit the Ender IO piping makes a lot more of a condensed system than all this convoluted mess that we had previously. Now we can actually cover up those exposed wires. We'll get into that, later on. I know I've got some cooked up stone. Okay, right here. But we'll cover later on down the road. We'll get into how to cover up those wires and everything. It's a little bit into the Ender IO tree, but not too far. So if you notice, the wood already transformed into the living wood, and then once you get that, you can just break it just like normal wood. And then we can do the same with the stone, just like that. Now, while we're waiting for that to transform, some of the basic stuff that you're going to need for Botania, the first thing you want to get yourself 3 of these living wood twigs. These are going to craft one at a time with living wood there. And then you just throw them, wait 1 second, let me get another petal here. And you just throw them in here like this, and then 2 petals, and you can choose whatever color. It's actually going to change the tooltip there. We'll go with purple and black, and that's going to get you the Wand of the Forest. This is pretty much like almost like your wrench or something, from Botania. So, now that we got that, the next thing we're going to want to craft is we're going to want to get ourselves some day blooms. Whoops. Which this is like your initial generating mana, or your mana generation flower. Let me actually do wood next, and we're going to keep this kind of running. You can actually make a couple of these. Generally I have one of each of these, one for wood and one for stone, but right now I'm just going to run with one for right this second. Eventually I'll show you how to automate that and everything, so you don't have to manually break it and place it and all that. But to make the day bloom, you're just going to need 2 yellows, an orange, and a light blue. Now I will suggest you make a few of these. I think we're going to make 6 maybe. Yeah, that should be fine. And then 3 oranges and 3 light blues. Oh, I'll tell you what, I don't have enough seeds to make 6 of them. So that's fun. So we'll just make 3 of them for right now, and then I'll make more off camera. But you can just throw these in there, and then throw your seed in there. That's going to get you your day bloom. Now what you can do, I'm pretty sure this pack supports it. Let's see. Oh, we can't do it? Let me try this then. What happened to our other seed? Okay, this pack doesn't support it. I was going to say, a lot of times you can, some of the packs will let you just shift right click with an empty hand and put the last flower recipe that you did just right into the Petal Apothecary, but that's okay. Alright, so now that we have generating flora, let's get that set up so that we can actually start generating some mana from it. So the first thing we're going to want to craft here is going to be the mana pool. Just living rock like that, and one will be fine for us right now. Oh, you know what I need? I need a gold ingot. Now I'm hoping here pretty soon we'll actually have like a speed increase and everything, so we won't have to, this run won't be nearly as bad before long. I do apologize about the run, but actually I wonder, okay, this pack doesn't have roadblocks, but I think Tinker's Constructs what is it, the asphalt or something like that, does give a speed boost. So, but alright. The next thing we're going to want to craft is actually a mana spreader. And what that's going to do is it's basically whenever you get mana from your generating flora, it's going to take that mana and send it to a mana pool. So, sorry about that run. The way you craft it is just your 6 living wood there, any kind of mana petal here, and then gold. Whoops, backwards. No? Wait, is it living wood planks? I think it might be. Oh no, it's changed in this pack. Okay. So in this pack you don't need the gold, you just need 7 living wood and then a petal. So, okay. And that's going to get you the mana spreader. And, let me grab this stone really quick. You definitely want to keep this thing running, especially early on. But, so we're going to set the mana spreader up. I tell you what. I believe these have to see the sun. So we'll set them up just over here, actually. That way they can start generating some mana. There's one main thing we're going to be making from this today, so we'll get that set up before long. Now, whenever you plant these day blooms, you need to not place them directly next to each other, and the same for the nightshades, because they're going to generate mana at a better rate if they're not directly next to each other. Now, they won't run in the rain, and they also won't run at night. They need the sunlight to, to generate mana. But with this Wand of the Forest, we can right-click to change between bind and function mode. We're going to set it to bind, and then just shift right-click on the mana spreader, and then shift right-click on the mana pool. That way they're linked up, and this will start sending, mana bursts when it gets mana into this pool. So now it's pretty much just a waiting game. We're going to have to wait for it to build up some mana. But while it's doing that, I may have to cut Cameron a little bit just to get some mana because of this rain, and then it's probably going to be nighttime and all. But what we're going to want to jump into is we're actually going to start getting into magical crops. Because there's some things we're going to really want from that. And it's really nice for resource production and stuff. So, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to make a mattock really quick. Now, the way this is crafted, you're just going to use... I'm in the wrong thing here. But anyway, the mattock right here, you're just going to use a axe and a shovel head. Whoops. And there we go. Get your stone axe head and your... Oh, I never made a shovel head, did I? Whoops. And then your shovel head. And then a tool rod. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make a... I don't think I have a rod pattern yet. We'll see. And aluminum brass at the bottom. Let's see, did I... No, I never made a tool rod pattern. So, just throw that down there, and we're going to make casts for all these. And just throw that over there. And then the same with the shovel. And then the axe as well. These cows are driving me insane, by the way. Then once you get that, we're just going to make it out of Invar for right now. And just pour it into the cast. There. Problem solved. And then the same with the shovel blade. And then the tool rod. Do I want to make that out of something different, maybe? Yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll make it out of Electrum. Might as well. Just so it's not just one solid color. Oh, whoops. And then, of course, we can just assemble it here. And that gets us our mattock. It's not the best one, but I'm not too worried about it. Because the main thing we're going to use it for is just hoeing the ground. This tool actually works like an axe, a shovel, and a hoe all in one tool. So it can break dirt and you know, gravel and stuff really efficiently, but it can also hoe the ground for you and whatnot. So we'll just kind of hoe it up like that. Whoops. And tell you what, let's just make a new crafting table here and have it set up right here, because we'll definitely use it. And then I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I made too many. I just want a couple chests here, because magical crops is, you definitely want some storage for it. So, oh, whoops. Now, the first thing you're going to want to craft once you get that, oh man, I need, tell you what, I think I have them right here. You're going to want to get yourself an infusion stone, and the way that's crafted, this Minicio essence is going to drop off of mobs and stuff, so you'll probably find quite a bit of it, just, you know, doing your mob farm and stuff, but put 8 of it around an emerald, and that's going to get you the weak infusion stone. And you're actually going to be able to use this to craft up, you know, different crops and stuff. Let's see. Okay, I do have 1 seed. That's what I needed. So, the first thing you're going to want to make to really get this mod started is take seeds and just put your Minicio around it. And that's going to get you Minicio seeds, because you're going to need an absolute ton of Minicio. So, these will definitely be the first thing that you want to get started. And what's nice about these magical crops is they added in a feature so that if you know, kind of put your cursor over it, it's going to tell you what this plant is just by looking at it. Because if you notice that that Minicio is just kind of hovering over the crop there. So we'll go ahead and just grow this up really quick. And you can use the watering can. I definitely suggest it, because these do take a little while to grow. And there we go. So once that's grown, you just break it. That's going to get you Minicio and you know, your seeds back. Now there is a chance that when you break it, you can actually get an additional seed. So ideally, you know, you'll want pretty decent sized crops of these and all the other magical crop stuff that we're going to get into over time. So you can craft more seeds of it, but and that's probably what you'll want to do. But if you get those extra seeds, it's always pretty nice to you know, kind of like a nice little freebie there. Now, we're not going to get it done today because it does take a little bit to craft it. But for example, let's see. So like here, iron seeds, we can actually grow iron and harvest it from these plants. And you know, there's redstone, there's diamond somewhere right here. So you can grow your crops this way. And you see, to get, say, iron seeds, you're going to need a Minicio seed, the 4 iron, and then Imperial essence. Which Imperial essence is Crucio essence around an infusion stone. Crucio is Axio, and then, oh, whoops. But, and Axio is Minicio around the weak infusion stone. So if we wanted to make some of that, we could just throw that down and then our essence around it, and that'll get us 1 Axio, or Axio, I don't know how you pronounce it. But it is going to take an absolute ton, because eventually, let's see here. Say there's this Zavicio essence, and like this one, for example, you can grow wither skeleton skulls, which of course are always, you know, a rare find and everything. So being able to grow those would be really, really nice. However, this is a VCO. You need 4 of it. Whoops. You need 4 of it, and it's going to take 4 Imperio to make each one of those, and Imperio is 4 Crucio, and Crucio, of course, is Asio and then Minicio. So you're going to require an absolute ton of this Minicio to really get magical crops very far at all. So just a forewarning, you do want a very big farmland area of the Minicio. So right now I'm going to cut camera, and I'll be back once we get ourselves a little bit of mana built up and everything. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, welcome back. I haven't managed to get any extra seeds for this. I've done quite a bit, you know, growing this, but haven't got any duplicates, but we do have enough mana now to get started. I will say these, you can't use normal bone meal. Like, you can click it on there, but if you notice, it's not growing at all. So if you use it on that, you're just going to be wasting it. Now, you can craft magical fertilizer. 4 Minicio seeds, a diamond, and 4 bone meal will get you magical fertilizer. But on Minicio, it's really not worth it, I wouldn't say. Because it does require the 4 Minicio to even get the 4 fertilizer. So, but if you use that on one of these magical crops, it will instantly grow it to 100%, no matter what it's at. So later on we may use some, but yeah. So this has been running for a minute. It's got enough mana now. If you notice, like, it's slowly building up. These day blooms aren't very quick at all. But luckily we're not going to be using them anymore. So what you want to do is you want to take gunpowder, throw it in your mana pool. As long as it says, you know, there's enough mana in there, it'll have a check mark. If not, it'll have an X. And get yourself a couple of these mana powders. And once you get that, we'll go ahead and break this. We don't need day blooms anymore or any of that mess. So go ahead and get these moved. And also, I will say that, you know, once you get to this point, you're going to want to set up a wheat farm. I'm going to set one up, just a small one for now, off camera, so that way we can get seeds a little bit more reliable than having to use bone meal on grass every time and all that. But actually, let me grab a couple of seeds here. Alright. Not having any luck here. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm not sure if this pack allows it. I know I've played some packs where you can do this, but we'll try it out and see. Now, the first flower, you know, after the day bloom that you're going to want to make is the Endoflame. Just 2 brown, a red, and a light gray will get you one. So let's grab... oops, I don't need that. I need 2 browns. What is it? Light gray. Okay. Light gray. And then, you know, just get your petals from this. And we're going to try this. I know some packs allow you to use any seed, but I'm not entirely sure if this pack's going to let us or not. So, let me see. We'll just put that in there for now. Oops. Throw that in there. And then your mana powder. You're going to need that as well. And then, yeah, it works. Okay, so any kind of seed, even if it's industrial hemp, will work to get you your flowers. So, but I do suggest you make a wheat farm because you're going to be using, you're going to be using a lot of seeds, you know, the farther into Botania that you get. So now that we've got those, what we're going to do is just set down our mana pool, set it down right here, and our mana spreader, and as always, just make sure and link these up. Now, the Endoflames can be placed directly next to each other, and it's not going to affect their output like the day blooms do. But what they do is they actually eat up, like if we throw coal on here, they're going to grab that, and you notice they start kind of like burning. That means that they're working. And if you notice, they generate mana at quite a bit faster rate. Even one of these is going to be faster than probably like 8 day blooms or something. They do generate mana very, very quickly. So definitely get those as soon as you can. The day blooms really aren't worth having for more than, you know, just getting your first couple mana powders. Now the last thing we're going to do today, if you recall, I said, oh, you know what? I need a couple iron. Let me just run over here. I forgot to make some shears. If you recall, I said we were going to try and get rid of that, you know, that dark grass that we've got going and everything. So that's what we're going to do. Couple iron, and I forgot to get cactus. Tell you what, I don't actually think this requires water, does it? No. Alright, so we'll get ourselves some cactus growing really, really quick. Oh, that's not going to work. Well, I tell you what, it don't matter, because I have plenty of cactus seeds from our sieving, so. But now that you've got some cactus, oh, I forgot one other thing. You'll want to cook it to get your cactus greens. So we'll just throw that in there and let it cook really, really quick. Thought I had everything ready, but I forgot to get the cactus greens. Okay, now that we've got those, it is going to take a few of these to really accomplish what we're wanting to do, but I'll do that off camera. So I just want to show you how this works. So what you want to do is just craft yourself a pair of shears, and then just bone meal the ground and go ahead and shear this long grass. And if you notice, we still get the seeds and stuff from it when we shear it, but we also get the grass, which is very, very nice. And then, oh, we don't have enough mana in this yet. Forgot it took that much mana. Should be just about there. Yeah, there we go. You'll just take a piece of this grass and throw it in the mana pool, and that's going to get you this pasture seed. Now what you can do is you can actually combine this with the cactus greens, and it'll get you the vivid pasture seeds. And what pasture seeds do is they actually spawn, like, they'll turn a dirt block into grass. However, the vivid pasture seeds, we can throw these down on grass or dirt, and if you notice, it's going to make this really, really green grass, and it's going to spread really, really quick. And I don't think it'll spread anymore. So it is, if you notice, it is going to take us a few of these to get this whole area done, but I like this color of grass a lot more than that dingy dead grass that we have due to this savanna. So I'm going to try to get all this grass converted and then finish building this all the way around and get it, you know, this really lush grass look. But yeah, we'll get into more Botania, maybe next episode or something, get our first like bauble and whatnot. So, but it does take a little while to build up a good mana pool to to get that started. But between this episode and next, I'm going to do a bunch more building. I'm going to try to get the rest of that setup moved over, because like right now it's not even running because all my magmatic dynamos have been moved over. But I'll try to get that set up, and then next episode we might do just a little bit of Botania. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it next episode. And we will probably look at automating soul sand and probably a couple other things. We'll see. But yeah. And if you're not already following me on Twitter or Facebook, there's a Facebook group and also the Twitter. Both the links are down below in the description. I've got them on there, as well as my Steam account. is listed down below as well. So if you're interested in following me on any of that, definitely do so. And I'll probably post some more sneak peek stuff like this, and kind of try to keep you guys updated with what's going on, off camera. So if you're interested, definitely hit me up on those. And if you enjoyed the video, please comment, like, subscribe. It's very, very much appreciated. And for those of you that have been, I just want to say thank you very, very much. I've been getting some really awesome comments lately, and I just want you guys to know that I do appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, and until next episode, take care, and I will see you then.